for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Today's currently October 1st, 2025. I'm Naya, Junior with love respect, and my content is not for everyone. No, is it Shane Toby, God darn it? My cousin is okay. No, the train over me. To the genuine ones, I hope all is well. No, it changed on me. Never allow someone to tell you ain't got potential because you know what? You decide to come out your comfort zone. You decide to say, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with this goddamn depression. I'm tired of dealing with this son of BITC. No, the train's on me. Because a mother effer will try to drain you, energy harvest off your energy, even give you the evil eye, even project smoke in the most toxic way and say that you mentally unstable. No, the train on me. All because you had a conscience to say, you know what? One day I'm gonna find myself, and when I become my best soul vision of myself, this chapter is done. No, it's the trade on me, regardless of what the circumstances is or whatever the case may be. You had a better plan. No, the trade on me. You chose you to go with them. When your past try to spin the block or whatever the case may be and disturb your peace, they didn't think that you had it within you. No, the trade on me. I love myself, not the dim my light. I love myself, not the dim my light. It's the trade over me. Never give up on yourself when it comes to choosing you. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Regardless who has me shadow banned or not, I would never give up on myself, and I say that respectfully. Being authentic is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. I am far from a copycat. Let alone far from a hater. It's the red on me, goddammit. Ha! Always be yourself with no misintentions. You gonna have chicks and dudes in different tax brackets singing you the evil lie projected spoken in a toxic way. It makes them feel comfortable in their skin when they need validation from other folks at the end of the day with different types of strokes when it comes to, hold on one second, the hate train. But that didn't make you dim your light when it come to better days. The energy is different. You could be whack and corny to the average person, but fitting in at the end of the day, hold on one second, you wasn't trying to lose you when it came to common sense. It's the train over me because a mother effer was filled into the day because they not rooting for you. You were just supposed to sit in the corner by your goddamn self. Are you stupid, retarded, slow, or fucking dumb? It's the trait on me. Oh, excuse my goddamn French. No, the trait on me. Like, your life is supposed to stop because someone didn't see your worth or your potential. Didn't matter if it was your mammy, your pappy, or whoever the goddamn it was. No, the trait on me. I wasn't trying to lose my goddamn self. Are you stupid? A person would send you the evil lie that don't project spell work. Everybody's balance is different. The last person you took about their mental health when it came to strategies. You had your one-sided opinion when it came to lack of soul control. You ain't have discipline to stay in your lane. You understood verbs to kick the next person down when it came to, hold on one second, pretending to be somebody you truly wasn't in their life. Hold on one second, you didn't know how to be authentic. All you wanted to do was destroy somebody when it came to, hold on one second, someone truly actually had motivation. You didn't like the fact they knew how to smile. You liked the fact that, hold on one second, they understood to challenge themselves every single day. You didn't know how. You didn't understand how. Even when they got lost in their words, you sure changed someone in their life because they understood their youth. Hold on one second, when it comes to maturing, acting their body weight, when it comes to becoming an adult that day. That's how they felt. They were so lost in their words. They were so choked up at the end of the day. Only because you tried to discourage them because you was projecting your own pain. Regardless if this person came from a household of pain and trauma, they became their best self-vision of themselves, and they didn't fit well, but hold on one second, when it came to your description, going within. Folks lose their life because people lack self-control. Folks lose their life when it comes to their own image, or because someone wanted to destroy someone's character, paint them out to the world at the end of the day, someone they truly wasn't. Some individuals can't hold that strength, overcoming spoke in a toxic way, because we live in the spiritual world. I'm still healing from a hate crime, and I say that respectfully. I was doing a study, and they say a certain skin disorder, or whatever the case may be, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a train of thought for me. When someone plays with your food, or your drinks, or even project spell towards you like beauty magic. Is there certain things the doctor can't relate to is how. The doctor can't relate to how you're so healthy at the end of the day. You have certain things going on with your body, but that's not one of them. You never had a flare up a day in your life, never had beauty skin problems. How certain folks try to destroy you all because you're trying to understand your image. At the end of the day, the love started within. And certain folks want you to be insecure because they don't understand their own reflection going within. How this type of stuff actually happens. How a mother and father created a gift. Regardless of how old they was that day, I don't mean no disrespect. But it goes from that child being a youth going into their adulthood. Certain mothers and fathers don't do things for likes of a cloud chasing or fame, and especially a mother and father who shows up for their baby to make sure they crown is truly fixed every single day. Are they okay? Did they eat? You are loved and respected by all the right folks. Never give up on yourself because we fall from pretending when we pour into you. Those type of conversations is different. A mother and father is not deserving of losing a child. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day when the world would understand how. That mother and father that shows up regardless if it was a divided household or not. That mother and father didn't have to project spiritual on that child or energy harvest off that baby's energy or, disrespect that child, to bring harm towards that baby. That energy is different when it comes to growth. And that baby, yeah, they got trauma and pain, but they not the average norm at the end of the day because they had folks at the end of the day that was truly rooting them on. Regardless, hold on one second, they sexual orientation, they disability, age, or their religion. It may have been certain uncomfortable conversations when it came to that child's sexual orientation that day, but a mother and father that actually grew on them to understand that, hold on one second, that's my baby. And I got they back when the world's against and didn't have to pretend. Only because the hold on one second, that reflection is different. No mother or father should lose a child because of someone's jealousy, envy, or hate. And I say that respectfully, or because someone decides to project sparkle on someone's child. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, or someone has to create a hate train because a mother and father conceived the most beautiful gift that they was given, that changed their life for the better, and it was truly a miracle. They would never overlook that gift. The energy is different, even regardless if they endure pain and trauma came from poverty and pain. They knew how to respect their neighbor even days when they couldn't see it. Because when you choose yourself to become your best self version of yourself, when you don't run from your past, those obstacles is different. You may not pray like the average person on the outside world, but you knew how to respect your neighbor. You know how to take accountability for your actions and correct your wrong when it comes to mistakes. At the end of the day, that's what you pouring into your child to show them that better days are ahead, but never get lost in your words when someone doesn't know how to communicate to respect you. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real, so it's your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself. Today is currently October 1st, 2025. And I say that respectfully. I'm still healing from a hate crime that was done to me. And one thing I don't have to do is lie or manipulate a situation at the end of the day. And I would never wish it on someone's life if I know you or not, or regardless if you did me wrong at the end of the day, or because I was being authentic and speaking up for myself when you wanted to take my kindness or weakness. When someone says you don't have potential, you never go upon yourself, and I say that respectfully. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community, stop the violence in the community. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I wasn't seeking revenge. G-O-D, that energy hits different. Hold on 1 second, neighbor. You wanted me to dim my light, but that energy is different. I took the proper steps, and you would never understand how God allowed me to elevate. You project and spoke in a toxic way. Hello, devil, enemy. At the end of the day, I wasn't living in fear when I locked eyes with you at the end of the day. I wasn't seeking revenge, but I knew how to speak up for myself. Didn't have to pretend. You wasn't trying to go back and forth with words. You just looked at me. It'd be the train of thought for me. You ever look the devil or the enemy in the eye that has so much things to say about you behind closed doors, but God didn't tell a lie? When God reveals the devil on the enemy, you ever had your enemy participate in conversations at the end of the day only because you had multiple enemies? Only because to hold on 1 second. God will be protecting you, showing you at the end of the day, when you open this door, make sure you understand why you're going within. You understand you fall from, hold on 1 second, pretending. You was far from crazy when they said it was mentally unstable. You knew how to hold yourself when it come to holding that weight that day. And I don't mean narcotics. I mean holding yourself together when it came to your words. You know, your verbs, hold on 1 second, you mentally strong. You didn't get discouraged at the end of the day because the devil tried to test you. That gangster is different when God spent the block and God never overlooked you. You know, your heavenly mother, father, God, and remove their hands off the well. How certain folks would try to paint you to be mentally ill. You know, they would try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, project the hate crime towards you. Hold on 1 second, but you understood the cause they can't relate to when they try to make you homeless. You know, they was trying to play with your blocker when it came to spell work. Had your next door neighbor different tax brackets projecting spell work. You know, gang stalking right to left. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. They would never understand the obstacles that you overcame when it came to change. That ain't just different. That's what they wanted you to do, beg. They wanted you to ask for a hand at the end of the day when they said, hold on 1 second, I got your back. But only realize like when they talk about like a bad habit, when they wanted you to become the one your own skin, they was projecting insecurities on you. You know, they wanted you to be in a mindset of depending on them. So they could do you in so wrong. They even wanted you to they wanted to see you 6 feet under. They pretended that they actually was invested into your time and day. Didn't matter if you knew them or not. At the end of the day, how God was truly showing you that God don't like ugly. It'd be the train of thought for me when you didn't have to pretend. When God was really showing you how God was communicating and going within. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm far from a hated neighbor. We not the same. Neither train thought for me. Where do I start? What's up, butterfly? You know, not only is just another day, but it's another month to treat yourself right, to pour into yourself. You got discouraged when it came to certain chapters. They would never understand the formula that's indoor within you. Being authentic, that remedy is different. You know, showing up for yourself, the energy is different. Even when folks try to dim your light when it came to your tax bracket. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. You know, that practice actually is different. It was one day at a time. Only was the hold on 1 second, you actually had to rewind time to understand why that wound was there. That childhood trauma was real, but you truly had to keep it real. Because that childhood trauma went into your adulthood. Understand that you're going to get lost in your words because certain folks will never understand you. Wasn't looking for validation when you allow yourself to heal, to go within. You may not pray the same as the average person, but your soul was never for selling you, so you keeping it real. You know, when the outside world sending you the evil lie, let alone project and spoke in a toxic way so you won't communicate when you was not telling a lie. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a very overnight process. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. Always be authentic. Regardless to who gave up on you, overlooked you, didn't know how to love you, respect you, or protect you. Never give up on yourself. And I say that respectfully. I'm not to respect, entertainment purpose only. Now, it's a trade on me, goddammit. My content is, okay. Entertainment purpose only. No, it's a trade over me. You ever been big single or whatever the case may be, and you've been crushing on somebody for some years and months or whatever the case may be, you put in more to your story. Hit the train over me. And only to realize they was investing your time and day into. No, hit the train over me. No, for real. Y'all decided to, hang out or whatever the case may be. Y'all did a little nightcap and, you decided to do your little night routine and y'all wake up the next morning and they realize, hold on 1 second. Not only was it a nightmare, I overcame my fear. I allowed myself to outgrow the old. I allowed myself to outgrow the old, to understand the norm at the end of the day. You know when you gossip, you get scars. You know, because you put that makeup on your face at the end of the day, or your face mask on, your favorite role that you had for years, but hold on 1 second, you wasn't trying to do someone wrong. Someone didn't have to pretend to actually love you. Someone didn't have to get physical, let alone disrespect you. That ain't just different when it comes to elevation. Someone truly showing you that's okay not to pretend. Just be yourself. I may not make sense to the average person, but I love to talk about love. Who would have knew true love allows you to feel why you truly healed? Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. Someone sees you, hears you. Someone street smart, book smart. Who would have knew someone truly intelligent wasn't overlooking you? Someone truly wanted to get your time and day when it came to your number that day. Who would have knew a future so real? Someone truly allowed you to see why God allows you to heal. That wound is different. When the love of your life was able to protect your heart, truly showed at the end they was trying to show you why it wasn't controlling issues when it comes to a future. Someone was trying to shortchange your mental health. It wasn't unless there was real love. Someone's really keeping it real with you, love. It went from bringing peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just because moments. Things happen when it come to life. But imagine the right person not pretending when they actually pour it into you. The energy is different. Someone truly showing you it wasn't insecurity problems, because that's what your past projected on you that day when they had a hand problem to do you wrong. Hold on 1 second, the love of your life wasn't trying to shortchange you when it came to hold on 1 second your pockets that day, let alone having a hand problem. Imagine praying for someone not to pretend, only ones that came into your life that truly show you that hold on 1 second you wasn't overthinking. The energy is different. The energy is different. Even when you get lost in your words, the love of your life didn't call you slow, stupid, or retarded. You found a safe place with someone by your side, and they actually fulfill shoes when it comes to hold on 1 second. God didn't tell a lie. When the devil tried to stop you, the devil was sending the evil lie. The outside world, when they was sending spell work, they didn't want that united. They didn't want two people to unite for all the right reasons. When y'all both didn't pray the same, but you didn't have to pretend to love someone authentically. The energy is different because y'all wasn't playing mind games. That boundaries is different. Two people almost get born in a love department. Being discouraged only was to hold on 1 second. Someone's pouring into you as you pouring into them. Showing each other at the end of the day to hold on 1 second. True love is worthy. True love is real. Someone could truly be loyal to you and respect you and be on the same page with you, not to mislead you. Who would have knew it wasn't revenge? It wasn't I'll do you better than you. Nah, it's I see you, I respect you, I'm pouring into you. The energy is different. Far from boring and corny at the end of the day, someone laughing at your corny jokes only rest to hold on 1 second. Got both on the same page. It wasn't for likes and music, cloud chasing or fame, because the love of your life didn't have to pretend to love you behind your back or up close in person. When someone truly showed you they was your biggest cheerleader not to do you wrong, hold on 1 second, God wasn't misleading you wrong. I may not make sense to the average person, but true love allows you to feel while you allow yourself to heal. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. Someone's life can change with a split of a second. But who would have knew at the end of the day with months and times and years that someone would be by your side and to switch up on you because hold on 1 second, God didn't tell a lie when God sent the right person to your life to value your time. The energy is different. For sickness and wealth at the end of the day, the energy is different. How someone could truly pour into you at the end of the day. Everybody's not ready for marriage, let alone a baby. I don't mean no disrespect, but who would have knew that the love of your life would truly show you elevation is different when the right person's in your life to truly treat you right. I may not make sense to the average person, and that's okay. But my content is not for everyone. No, it's the truth on me, God darn it. My content is okay. Entertainment purpose only. No, it's the truth on me. You ever been minding your business within minding your business, and you started doing a new skin routine or whatever the case may be in between, and you started talking to someone new. No, it's a trade over me. You know how the old person that you used to deal with in the past, they not in the present this time around, or what case be when it come to your future. Only the rest to hold on 1 second. You mean to tell me at the end of the day, when I put my face mask on, you not saying ill, you look crazy, I'm not slow, stupid, and retarded? You making me feel available. No, the trade over me. Because when you deal with the right person, they're not playing mind manipulation games with you. Because just like that wound that you had to heal that day, you probably had to put something on those tissues to understand, and hold on 1 second, how to heal those scars. They would never understand that your past don't live in your reality today, what they actually did to you, because they're not trying to repeat what you've been through. The energy is different when someone truly didn't have to play with your mental. No, it's a trade over me, no, for real, for real. You know how that person sneaked this you when they came in your past? It was lust and mind manipulation games, but only was to hold on 1 second. The devil was trying to talk to you, but God was keeping it real with you. God was showing you why that door was closed for all the right reasons when it come to your point of view, when it come to your future. Someone's pouring into you, not to overlook you. That healthy relationship that when you walked out that door to go to the laundry or go to the supermarket, whatever the case you was doing that day, or you was just going outside to mind your business, do your everyday activities, only bump into the love of your life, and it wasn't a mistake because someone truly wasn't pretending. Someone truly being authentic. They never switched up. Only realized, hold on 1 second, this chapter allows you to feel, but God allows you to see. Someone can truly keep it real. No, it's the truth though, because the love of your life can really walk into your life and not switch up on you. No, for real, it just gets better and better with day and time. You know how the years start to fly? Like, dang, I remember it was just 2, 3, 6 months. Only while we've been together for 10 to 20 years at the end of the day, how God allows us to feel we truly locked up. No, it's the truth on me. Thank you, Jesus. My past don't live my reality today. Finally, if it was more so a breath of fresh air, I may be saying it wrong, but when the right person walks into your life, they actually see you, they complete your sentence. Because you could be with someone at the end of the day when you least expect that could truly fix your sentences for you. because they know what you're saying. And especially when those days and moments in your life that you may get sick, someone actually knows how to comprehend you at the end of the day, to understand what your needs and your wants at the end of the day. When a doctor's saying, hold on 1 second, something may not be right, or what's going on with your diet. Imagine the right person walking into your life and they didn't have to pretend, because they wasn't trying to shortchange your mental health, let alone, hold on 1 second, your growth. You know, that energy is different. You know, when you're with the right person, regardless if you're well or sick, God forbid, when you have the right person that walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, and they respect you. They walk into your life to pour into you. They walk into your life when that doctor says, you know what, I want to do such and such, but the person that you love says, you know what, I'd rather get another opinion from somebody else to know at the end of the day, I'm making the right decision for the person that I love. Or when someone is really educated on something at the end of the day, with this thing called life, or regardless if it's the healthcare department, regardless if it's healing or whatever the case may be, when you are in the right person's hands, they pray for you, not against you. They're not projecting lust on you. They're not trying to manipulate a situation. They're not trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, and I say that respectfully. And they're not projecting spell work towards you. And they're not projecting spell work towards people around you, so people will remove themselves away from you. They won't be sending people the evil lie, whatever the case may be. They will protect your mental health. They will protect your heart the same way you're willing to show up for them. Because when the right person loves you, it's balance. It's not controlling issues. Because someone wants to pour into you. Someone wants to love you. You gain the lover, a best friend, and some gain business partners in this thing called a relationship. And especially when God sends the right person in your life. Because when the right person wants to be in your life, they want the best for you. So they're not going against you. And they're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. And I say that respectfully because y'all both souls wasn't for sale when y'all was sweet keeping the real.
Anthony, say though, we are all not the same. I gotta go.
I'm not your genuine respect. And I would never hurt myself when I say that respectfully. You know, no mother and father should lose a child, or a family member should lose a family member due to someone jealousy, envy, or hate, or insecurity, or someone projecting spell work towards someone, or someone energy harvest or someone's energy, and say that respectfully because someone has animosity, or someone decided to create a hate train, someone doesn't want to see someone elevate in life, or whatever the case may be. And no mother or father that's a good fit as a parent, regardless they dealt with trauma and pain, regardless they came from poverty and pain, should have their child stripped away from them when they're a good parent. And they're not doing it for likes and music, cloud chasing, or fame, because that pain that they endured from when that child was stripped out of their hands, no mother and father should have to feel. And especially when they're a good parent. Because not everybody's a good parent. Not everybody's fit to be a parent. And there's parents out here nowadays that do things for likes and music, cloud chasing, and fame, or let alone sell their own child's soul, or let alone their own. You know, all money ain't good money. And to be real, at the end of the day, we may not pray to the same God, but I'm far from a hater. My God that I worship at the end of the day was never for sale, was never for likes, views, or clout chasing, or fame. When I say I know how to respect my neighbor, regardless who projecting hate train towards me, regardless trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or project a hate crime towards me, or regardless to what next door neighbor in my in any tax bracket at the end of the day is trying to bring harm to my doorstep, or is invading my space at the end of the day, or regardless to what man or woman is threatening my life to bring harm towards me, or whatever the case may be. Or who tells me at the end of the day my voice doesn't matter, because I will have individuals gang stalk you and bring harm towards you. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I do not play with magic towards my neighbor. I do not project spokes towards my neighbor. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, regardless of what male or female is trying to blackmail me. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. Regardless to who has me shadow banned or who's trying to make money off of me, when it comes to my creativity, making it their own, or trying to take my videos and use it as their own, or paying people from my past that's not even my present today at the end of the day to try to blackmail me against me at the end of the day, or individuals that hack my accounts, my emails, my devices, or paint me and to be part of conversations that I was never part of at the end of the day. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, in your love respect. or try to use my documentations against me to blackmail me against me, or regardless to who's sending me the evil lie, I do not live in fear and I will never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. I don't wish gang stalking on nobody. I don't have to know you or not at the end of the day. And I don't wish bad on my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, especially for someone to project beauty spells towards you. Because someone has insecurity problems, or because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline, or because this is someone's norm to project spark on innocent people at the end of the day, because someone has potential, or someone has the certain look, or whatever the case may be, or someone is more spiritually gifted or more talented than someone at the end of the day, when it was never competition. I know how to put respect when respect is due. When respect is due, I know how to give flowers when flowers is due at the end of the day. Because I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully.
No, and the check on me. And the same purpose only. No, and the check on me.
You know what's the most weirdest stuff that I ever saw in my life?
No, and the check on me.
You ever had one of those people that went part of the hate train group or whatever the case may be against you, that one person, and it took like 20, 30, 40 people to go against you?
And the check on me. What the hell's wrong with you people? I don't know.
Only for somebody to reach out to you out of 1, 2, maybe 3.
And the check on me. Now everybody want to be friends with you. I don't want to be friends with your stupid ass. And you stupid, dumb, or retarded.
No, the trade on me. I never understood this. Like, never be friends with somebody that participated and knew that someone was trying to shortchange your mental health when it comes to shortchanging your life expansion.
No, it's a trade on me. Why the fuck would I want to sit next to your stupid ass?
It's a trade over me. You was, regardless if you didn't do it, but you knew about it. I'm supposed to trust you?
The devil's a lie. I love myself, and I won't dead my life.
How a motherfucker will walk into your life. I don't know how to tell you this, but I gotta tell you something.
Ma'am, sir, whatever you gotta say to me at the day, you can save it for your mammy. It's the train of goddamn thought for me. You was part of the hate train. Have a good fucking day.
No, for real. There's a type of stuff when bullies realize at the end of the day, you didn't do anything to me.
No, it's the train over me. I feel bad. No, for real.
A motherfucker would say I was part of that text message hate group or whatever the case may be. Dang, they messed your face up real bad. I was just praying they didn't do that to me, what they did to you.
Have a nice day. No, it's the train over me. Judge! It's the train over me.
No, for real. Because at the end of the day, you basically saying at the end of the day what you saying, without saying what's saying at the end of the day. That you was part of the hate crime. Because it was a hate crime at the end of the day. We live in a spiritual world. The last person that these individuals did it to, they can't tell their story. They probably don't have a voice. But I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself regardless to what man threatens my life. And regardless of your tax bracket, who you know, if you deal with authorities or not. Or you're saying you're going to have me incarcerated, or you're going to put me in a psych board. I don't live in fear. Or whatever woman is threatening my life. Or whatever woman or man is gang stalking me like my next door neighbor. I do not live in fear. And I say that respectfully. How individuals would tell the time frame when you got to that destination, from pillows to post at the end of the day, what are you doing? From the time that you went to the trash can, from the time that you went to go check the mail. How individuals with gang stalking you, as soon as you speak up for yourself, they quick to say that you're mentally unstable. How this type of stuff actually happens. And then they say that you don't have a voice because they're the ones that's behind the scenes controlling your numbers when you never signed up for someone's one-sided contract. Regardless if you're a mother or father, a grandmother or grandfather, and you're raising a village when it comes to your children, your children's children, I don't wish whatever happened to me on them. Because it's not the type of society that we're supposed to live in, where folks think it's okay to just project sport on an innocent person because someone was in a lane. And you antagonize somebody and they spoke up for themselves. You're trying to get dirt on them. You're trying to dig up their past, or you're trying to do things to make money or for someone to make a profit so you can elevate and prosper in life, or you decide to send sport to someone, or you decide to energy harvest or someone's energy, and when someone's calling their energy back and telling you to stop playing their energy, or whatever the case may be you be doing, how you send in low frequency frequency music towards someone, or you're hacking a device, accounts, and emails, and saying that nobody's going to believe you because we're going to project you to be mentally unstable or an addict or a sex worker, whatever the case may be. Or matter of fact, we're going to plant scenes, and we're going to take pictures of you, we're going to record you, and we're going to plot against you. At the end of the day, we're going to send it to this person, send it to that person, and we're going to make sure this conversation actually makes sense to put someone in a situation they so someone won't look at them the same. How this type of stuff actually happens when folks be ruining people's reputation at the end of the day. The way technology works. Because you have individuals who know someone who works in this department. You know someone who works in this department. Or you know someone who's in that HRA department at the end of the day to make someone homeless, or to mess with someone's finances, or you're sitting there watching someone while they're on their phone, invading their space, and document all their information to use it against them, or to rob them mentally, spiritually, financially at the end of the day, and then say that they mentally bugging out when someone is sitting right beside them and they like, hold on one second, you're far from bugging. I just saw what just happened. It's just train of thought for me. Or someone goes to the check cashing place and you decide not to take their picture because you're trying to paint them out to be a junkie and their face just got all messed up because of the drugs. That's what you want to say to blackmail someone against them, when that person never did narcotics or heavy duty drugs. Or the fact that someone had beautiful skin and someone was insecure around you, or you had jealousy and envy and hate within you. So you know what? I'm going to blackmail this person so we can rob them and paint them out to be an addict, a junkie, or whatever the case may be, so we can control the narrative. Because the last person that we did this to, they're walking around the neighborhood today, talking about what someone did to them, how someone robbed them, made them homeless, someone's projecting spell or magic towards them, or whatever the case may be, and everybody in the neighborhood just calls them crazy. How this type of stuff actually happens. Or you see someone walking from point A to Z by themselves, so you say, you know what, nobody's going to believe this person anyway. Nobody's going to step up and show up for this person, because we're going to project a spell on them too. How this type of stuff actually happens. I don't live in fear, and I would never hurt myself, regardless to who's controlling my channel or not at the end of the day. And I do not live in fear, ma'am or sir or child. And I say that respectfully. I do not play with spell work, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I don't have to play with magic towards my neighbor. If you're not for me, I keep it pushing. Thank you, no thank you. I never knew it was a crime to say thank you and no thank you. It's just train of thought for me. If you don't want someone to hold the door for you, it's no thank you. It's not, oh, she got an attitude problem. She thinks she better than somebody. He think he better than somebody, or whatever case may be. They think they this, they think they that. No, thank you. Because at the end of the day, you're not for me. And if you're not for me at the end of the day, you're not for me. Or at the end of the day, someone may not be ready to go to that door. It's a train of thought for me. You don't know what's going on with somebody's body at the end of the day. You don't know if someone decided to say, you know what, I want to open the door myself. I never knew it was a crime to say thank you and no thank you. Those were the first tools that you learn in school when you're in grammar school. Or those are the first tools you're supposed to learn when you're from a certain point of age, when you're wearing taller shoes. It's a train of thought for me. But everybody doesn't have that type of common sense. And I don't mean no disrespect. Because regardless of how old you are, regardless if you pay bills or not everybody's the same when it comes to maturing. And one thing I don't do is run from my past. I don't deal with anybody from my past. And it's disgusting to see how when you close certain chapters in your life, how folks want to make themselves relevant in your life. They would try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even try to blackmail you with folks that you don't even know, to project a hate crime towards you, or even to hack your device, accounts, and emails, even make a profit off you, or even try to paint you out to be mentally unstable. I'm not your genuine respect. When God sends the right people into your life, respect is a two-way street, and I say that respectfully. They see you, they hear you, they respect you. They're not sending you the evil eye. They don't got time for that. They're not projecting spell work towards you. They don't got time for that. They're not energy harvesting off your energy. They don't got time for that. They're not sending you jealousy, envy, or hate towards you. They don't got time for that. Real recognize real. That energy hits different. I want me and my neighbor to elevate. We're blessings. Don't dim your light, neighbor, 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 neighbor. Pretend you. We wasn't the issue, but it was the devil trying to stop us. But we got eat. We gotta eat. That ain't just different. Because God allowed us to see. You know, when God allows you to understand your nourishes the end of the day, when God actually pours into you, the energy is different when God opened that door. Nobody should starve, but I say that respectfully, regardless of your tax bracket. It should be no reason why someone is homeless and you laughing at the next person. Hold on 1 second, that could be your situation. It'd be the train of thought for me. I wasn't wrong when I spoke up for myself when the devil tried to stop me. All I was doing was speaking up for myself because I was truly keeping it real when I saw, hold on 1 second, what you was trying to do, and you said I was pointless. You was behind a fake page trying to hurt me. And then I spoke up for myself. You said, hold on 1 second, I was beefing with you, but hold on 1 second, I was far from thirsty.
And the trade off of me.
Always be yourself with no misintentions. You know, people will gather up folks in different tax brackets just to bully you. I've been bullied, but it didn't stop me from growing. Even down to my comment section. You can call me a snitch all day long. It's disgusting to see how I have men threatening my life on this platform, even in real life. Men that call themselves men. You know, real men don't threaten women or children. And I say that respectfully. Real men don't threaten women, regardless of their sexual orientation. Real men do not disrespect women or children. And I say that respectfully. Real men, if somebody is not for them, they keep it pushing. They ain't going back and forth with no female. They ain't trying to hurt no child. It's a train of thought for me. No real man gonna sit there and dish up no spill work on no female. Love to go to that root work later at the end of the day or that dude. It's a train of thought for me. Didn't matter they tags back or they culture that day. Real men. Regardless, they came from poverty and pain. Real men know how to take accountability for their actions. And they ain't doing it for likes and music, clout chasing or fame. They understood maturity is different. They outgrew the old when it came no shoes today. That day. Healing trauma and pain. And they still being patient with it. We all ain't the same. When it comes to, hold on 1 second, elevation is different. Didn't matter your tax bracket. Real men do not disrespect women. If he's not going to protect her, he's going to keep it pushing. If he's not going to respect her, he's going to keep it pushing. Because no real man at the end of the day is going to go back and forth with a woman. And I say that respectfully, let alone a child. That ain't his. It's a train of thought for me. Everybody's definition ain't the same. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Real men don't project hate crimes towards women. Cowards do. It's a man at the end of the day that had a hand problem towards a female. But he changed his life for all the right reasons. Because he is raising little girls. He's raising women now. He's raising a household of children, regardless of man or female. Or a little boy. He knows at the end of the day, what he did in his past, he had to take accountability for his action. He had to mature. He wasn't running from his mistakes. He understood at the end of the day, I have to face myself in the mirror to understand my reflection, what I don't want to be projected on my babies. Because the day I think he would get that phone call, I think that would mess up his mental health, knowing at the end of the day, he hurted someone else's baby. Some men outgrow that norm because the enemy or the devil said it was the norm. Or because they participated and saw at the end of the day, that was the norm because someone didn't show them the correction from right from wrong. You know, I don't mean no disrespect, but my content is not for everybody. But not everybody's the same. Not every man walks around or goes into relationships and put their hands on women or goes around and becomes the bully towards a female and projects a hate crime or domestic violence, and I say that respectfully, and that goes for women as well. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully, regardless to who has me shadow banned or not. I would never hurt myself regardless to who hacks my devices, my emails, my accounts, or who's trying to blackmail me against me. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. Never allow someone to project fear in you when they say that your voice does not matter. Because they will have a community or individuals go against you, or they will even project spell work towards you to make sure that your voice doesn't matter. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I am naive to the respect, and I'm still healing from a hate crime that I do not wish on nobody, regardless if you brought it to me, and I say that respectfully. You brought the jealousy and the envy towards me because I never had it within me. Regardless of what I was going through, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, I still knew how to respect my neighbor. Have a safe year, day, evening, weekend, humanity worthy.
Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? Stop the violence in the community. No, it's a change on me, goddaughter. I gotta go.
You know, gang stalking is real to your household. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, individual will project magic towards you, spell work towards you. They will play with your mail, your packages. They will even act like you got your mail when you didn't get your mail or your packages. They will monitor your every move with your next door neighbor, didn't matter, tax bracket. They will send you the evil lie, hack your devices, emails, accounts, all types of stuff, and then paint you up to be mentally unstable. They will even get you locked up and put you in a psych board. This type of stuff actually happens. They would try to ruin your life at all costs. I never signed up for someone's one-sided contract, and I said it respectfully, and I know you didn't either, and it's in person. They will even involve your own family, folks that you used to know in certain chapters of your life that's not even in your future today. They will pay them off because at the end of the day, folks need certain financial gain, or folks need football tickets, or they need this, they need that, they need this, they need that, they need this, they need that. And if someone has the money to pay them off, they're going to do so just to find out who you are. But when you're past to living your reality today, you know that maturity is different when you're acting your body rank your shoe size, regardless of you coming from poverty and pain, and regardless if you said, you know what, I'm going to become an entrepreneur, or you're not an entrepreneur. You're trying to better yourself. And you got folks in the background that didn't matter if they work in the HR department or not. Or you got folks with different tax bracket that's trying to ruin your life but on your reputation. Never give up on yourself. I would never hurt myself or my peers around me, regardless of who has me shadow banned or regardless who's willing to blackmail me against me. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God, and my soul was never for sale, and I say that respectfully. When God sends the right people into your life, respect's a two-way street.
I'm far from the hater neighbor, that we ain't the same. I gotta go. Peace and respect, so respect your neighbors of the one you many right on them. You like gotta go, neighbor on them. You like gotta go. Stop the violence.
Humanity, you're worthy. Protect your energy, protecting your family. Stay out of trouble. Humanity, you're worthy. I do not agree with violence at all. Domestic violence or hate crime at the end of the day. Always be yourself with no misintentions. It's not a crime to be authentic. Individuals will take your kindness or weakness and try to bring harm towards you. You know, your enemy will try to put people to participate in whatever they trying to do to go against you. Once your enemy does that, whoever's siding with them, they become your enemy at the end of the day. And you're not wrong for speaking up for yourself because just as you a father, a grandfather, or a grandmother, or a mother, you will want your child to speak up too. And especially when the enemy is trying to bring harm towards your baby. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself, regardless who's sending me the evil eye, or person that work towards me, or who's trying to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or even trying to make me homeless, or a person that hate crime towards me, or even sending magic or sending sport towards my way, whatever the case may be, or whatever monitoring spirit just watch me. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I never gave nobody access to use my personal information as their personal use, or let alone make money off me when it comes to my creativity. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm far from a hater. It is not a crime to be authentic. When God sends right people into your life, respect a two-way street.
We far from haters and have to pretend neighbor elevation. I gotta go.
Always be yourself, no intentions. Today is currently October 1st, 2025. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I'm still healing from a hate crime. And I would never hurt myself when I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm far from a hater. Thank you for your time.